Archons and Archangels. Is there a difference between them, or are they both working for the same team? When you look at the etymology of words, you not only look at the root of the word, but also the sound of it. For example, the word on sounds exactly the same as an, as in Anunnaki or Onunnaki or Ark on Anunnaki. In the case of Archons versus Archangels, it's close enough to warrant attention. Archangels. Now, who were these Archons and what is their purpose? Archons are part of the demiurge who basically feed off our fear through various control systems, such as religious, government, mainstream media, and money. Now, the demiurge is actually the word demiurgos in Greek, meaning creator. So here, demiurge, I should be using the word creator. The Archons are part of the creator, basically feed off our fear through various control systems. Now, the thing is, I would like to read more of this from a Christian Orthodox side, because it has to do with the Gnostics. The Gnostics, who were of course not Christian, they were against Christianity. Christianity has nothing to do with Gnosticism, but the word at this point, so-called demiurge, demiurgos, according to Gnosticism, which was heavily influenced by Neoplatonism, the created universe was evil according to them. Hence the God of the Old Testament, Jehovah, was not the real God, but a self-deluded semi-divine being, usually called Samael, the god of the blind. Okay, but that's according to Gnosticism. It's not according to, of course, us who are Christians. Now, the Hellenistic sensibilities, the inferiority of the creator God was self-evident. Again, Hellenistics being Neoplatonists, the Platonists, okay, having its basis in the Old Testament scriptures themselves. In Genesis, we're told, for example, that God walked with Adam, and in the story of the hospitality of Abraham and Sarah at Mamre, he was offered food to eat, and these are by no means exhaustive accounts. In any event, to the Gnostics, these passages indicated that Yahweh had a physical body. And for a great number of non-Jews, such as a God was no God, but all capricious semi-Semitic tribal deity. And his inauguration of the created order was therefore unfortunate, and in fact it violated all manner of Neoplatonic precepts. Thus it followed that since creation was evil, again, this is according to the Platonists and Hellenistics, okay? This is not according to the Hebrews and the Christians. So natural heterosexual relations were to be avoided at all costs. This made sense since according to this philosophy, the purpose of existence was not to perpetuate creation, but to break free of it, returning the soul to the real God. Now, according to this cosmology, in order for Samael to better enforce his carnal plan for the cosmos, there were several demonic beings who controlled the various aspects of the universe, because there were 7 planets in the sky: Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. It was commonly agreed that there were 7 of these beings ruling as Hevdomad, and meaning Evdomada, meaning weak, who were called the Archons, principalities or rulers. The dependence upon the number of Archons upon astronomical phenomena was obvious: 7 days of the week, 7 planets, thus 7 Archons. Other Gnostics, such as Basilides, taught that as there were 365 Archons who were presiding over by a great Archon known as Abraxas. In any event, seeing as how they corresponded with the astronomical phenomena, it seemed logical that they likewise had control over different aspects of physical reality. There were 7 different Gnostic sects among the Ophites: the Sethists, Mandeans, Manichaeans. Usually they were standalone, non-Christian mystery schools, which were rivals to Christianity. Frequently, they could, and often did, penetrate into Christian orthodoxy, and those Christians who were more heavily influenced by Gnosticism likewise eschewed marriage and procreation, although it must be said that the eschatological favor of mid-first century Christians may also have had an influence on anti-natalism as well. To be sure, Christianity taught the exact opposite, that creation was good, Genesis 1:1, John 1:3, and John 3:16. It stood to reason, therefore, that the God of Israel was likewise good, and naturally it followed that his divine logos, his word, the principle by which creation came into existence, had to be good as well. Goodness, reason, and logic could be discerned throughout the universe, even in its fallen state. Clearly, Christianity and Gnosticism were totally incompatible. So, as to why it fell, the blame was placed squarely on Satan's shoulders, formerly an archangel of exceedingly high status named Lucifer, the light-bearer. Satan had tried to usurp God's throne for himself, and when he was cast out of heaven, he tried instead to propagate his original plan by insinuating himself into paradise, wherein he was able to seduce Eve, and because of his success, his power over the world was tremendous, so much so that only God himself could break his grip over it. What we have, therefore, is Christianity as a mirror image of Gnosticism. Both religions taught that the world was created, but that its intention was different. For Gnostics, the world was evil from its inauguration. For Christians, it was initially good, having fallen, however, because of the serpent. In both systems, however, there was room for demonic entities who had swayed over the universe, and in each case, these beings were called Archons, Archontes in Greek. It was not a mere non-Christian fantasy. We find corroboration for their existence in St. Paul's letter to the Ephesians 6:12, where he informs the church that, quote, "We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers," end quote. Likewise, in Romans 8:38, he states that, quote, "For I am persuaded that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come," end quote. Paul's concern was that the world was already in the grip of Satan, who was, quote, "the god of this world," end quote, 2 Corinthians 4:4, but that those who were illumined through baptism had little to fear because Christ had already, quote, "disarmed principalities and powers, making a public spectacle of them, triumphing over them in it," end quote. Colossians 2:15. As to what realms they inhabited, he believed that they lived in the upper atmosphere, Ephesians 2:2. The above is not meant to be an exhaustible introduction to Gnosticism or parallels between Gnostic and Christian understanding of these spiritual entities, nor is it to be an introduction to the controversial toll house theory. I meant it instead to be a warning as to why this unfortunate term should be avoided at all costs. So, now going to the difference between archons and archangels. Who are these archons and what is their purpose? Archons are part of the demiurge, the creator, who basically feed off our fear through various control systems, such as our fear of whatever we can't, that they're putting pressure on us. Now, they're basically imposing their dominance over another person or group of people and are violating your own personal energy. Who are these archangels and what is their purpose? Archangels appear to be working in humanity's best interest. One must look at the etymology of these archangels. They are Gabriel, Michael, Raphael, Uriel, Raguel, Ramael, and Saracoel. And according to Wikipedia, the Christian traditions say the names are, according to Pseudo-Dionysius, given them as Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Kamael, Jophiel, and Zadkiel. And now, in most Christian oral traditions, Michael and Gabriel are referred to as archangels, but we know that Raphael and Uriel as well. We know Raphael is from Tobit, the book of Tobit is an archangel. They're referred to as archangels, which echoes the most mainstream Roman Catholic Christian tradition. Raphael is also included, resulting in groups of threes. They are referred to as angels existing in traditional larger religious groups, regarded as the 7 archangels appearing 8th or 9th century, serving a servant of God. Now, the archangels in the current tradition, church traditions, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael. Raphael appears in the deuterocanonical book of Tobit, where he's described as one of the 7 angels who stand ready and enter before the glory of the Lord of Spirits, a phrase recalled in Revelations 8:2. Some strands of Eastern Orthodox Church exemplify the Orthodox Slavonic Bible, recognizing as authoritative also 2 Ezras, which mentions Uriel as an archangel. So the Church venerates the 7 archangels, sometimes an 8th: Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Salathiel or Salathiel, Jehudiel or Yehudiel, Barakael, and the 8th is Jeramiel. The heavenly hosts, Archangel Michael and other heavenly bodiless powers, feast day November 8th. As well as Uriel, the book of Enoch, not regarded as canonical by Christian churches, mentions in chapter 21 Raguel, Sariel, Jeramiel, while other apocryphal sources give instead the names Ezekiel, Hanael, and Kepharael. So there are various names for these. The archangels and their divine responsibilities, they are to help humankind, including specific areas of expertise, which we'll see. Each one of us has heavenly support team made up of God, archangels, past spiritual masters, spiritual beings who walk the earth, and loved ones in spirit. All of the beings hear our prayers, which are sent through the invisible network at heart of our spirits, which connect us with all beings. And when praying, many appeal to our Creator, our God, with prayers first and foremost, calling on specific archangels and past spiritual fathers, for example, loved ones, even our, how many times have we, for example, gone to the cemetery to our beloved parents and prayed to them for help, and that's very important too, Now, we're asking appointed specialist volunteers even to assist us sometimes with their prayer. Now, archangels have been given the monumental task of managing life on earth, including the creation of facilitation of soul contacts, spiritual development of souls, order within the natural world, and much more. And each archangel has a different area of expertise and to work in conjunction with all of the other archangels to ensure the best possible journey for all on earth while working in tandem with heaven and God's plans. The archangels assist humankind. There are many orders of angels. The archangels, appointed by God, have been tasked with the helping of humanity as we journey through our lives on earth. Each one has specific areas of concentration and can be called upon at any time for assistance. The archangels do not tire and can be in more than one place at a time. They like us to call on them for help, for it's within the asking that we acknowledge their presence and can attribute the miracles we experience to their loving assistance and God's hand. While it's comforting to have formal prayer to request assistance, it's not necessary. When I ask for help, I ask for archangels as I would with my best friend in a conversation tone. And it's important to note that the way the archangels appear to me may be slightly different for each person. Now, we have seen we have seen an angel during a baptism of a little boy in our church of St. Sozon in our little shanty town. It was we were not able to see it with our eyes, but we saw it through the screen of the camera. I was holding the camera, but I was trying to take a picture, but the little button was so tiny, my thumb couldn't press the button, and I was trying to, maybe I was playing with the button too quickly or too slightly, and I couldn't get a picture anyway, but I did have a witness with me, that another lady that saw it with me through the camera. And I later on went to confession to tell my father confessor about this, and he said, yes, many times we can't see these frequencies of these angels with our eyes, but the camera picks up their frequency. They're uncreated light. They're beautiful, and they're uncreated light. It's just unbelievable. They are always around us. It's just that we can't see them. But now, the Archangel Michael, for example, is a great defender and protector of Israel and for all Christians. And Archangel Raphael, the divine healer of physical ailments. Archangel Azrael, benevolent transformer of mental and emotional anxieties. Archangel Uriel, the divine pillar and solitary strength. We know also that Archangel Gabriel is a great messenger. He was, of course, the protector he did the Annunciation to our Holy Mother. He was the protector of the Holy Family. Before that, he gave messages to the prophet Daniel when he was in the period of exile in Babylon. He gave him the future of Israel. Archangel Ariel, the great Earth Mother. Archangel Metatron, great instigator of powerful change. Archangel Zadkiel, divine guide of life paths. Archangel Jeremiel, divine deliverer of mercy and grace. Archangel Jophiel, great giver of joy. Archangel Raguel, divine peacekeeper and synchronicity. Archangel Raziel, the divine keeper of mysteries. Archangel Sandalphon, the divine nurturer. Archangel Barachiel, the divine felicitator of miraculous occurrences. And many other orders of angels exist. We each have, of course, after our baptism, our own guardian angel. And I hope you found this interesting. So there are archons that we have to be aware of, and also we do have our archangels and guardian angels. And we do have to be careful because we are in spiritual combat. And we have to remember that we do always have our guardian angel and our angels and saints, all the heavenly hosts, always helping us. God bless you, and thank you for your support. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.